winning Motor Trend Truck of the Year 3 times in a row, that had never been done before. Then again, neither had a 12-inch touchscreen or 1,000 pound-feet of torque. Never been done before. It's just kind of our thing.
Flames TV live at the Intermission, brought to you by Ram Truck, winner of Motor Trend Truck of the Year for the 3rd year in a row. Brendan Parker alongside Peter Loubardias, Sportsnet 960 color analyst. And Peter, I guess when you look at that first period, very similar to what we've seen over the last couple of games. Calgary Flames seemed pretty good in that first 10 minutes, but down 1-0. What did you see from the start here tonight from Calgary? Yes, yeah, yep.
It was hard for the Flames to create. And I think that kind of wraps it up in a nutshell.
Yeah, do you guys have are we down a mic here, guys? Just pass it along. Are there? Okay, well, maybe let's just talk about the goal for Winnipeg. The fact that, they end up getting on the board with a power play marker. But, maybe let's just go through what we saw here. And obviously a couple of bounces that go to the benefit of the Jets.
It goes over 2 skates. So Scheifele wins the battle on the boards, and Connor shovels it. It goes off Paul Stastny, who in his career now has 66 career points against the Flames, even though this is his first. So here's Stastny off the captain, Blake Wheeler. It's like the old pinball that I used to play as a very, very young child. Doink, 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 and in, and Wheeler has his 10th of the year, and that is the only scoring. We're down to 1 mic.
We're down to 1 mic, and with social distancing, it's going to be a dance.
We can only go so close. Now the good thing is you can hear me in Airdrie, so that can help. That can help.
Yeah. Well, that's I was going to say. Thank God it's that one's no good apparently. All right, let's talk about the goaltender. Actually, before we get to the goaltender, I want to ask you about the lines, because that's obviously one of the big storylines coming in tonight. A team that is looking for some offense, just 2 goals in their last 3 games coming into tonight, goes back to something that's relatively familiar for this group, all kind of back to the bubble, and something that they've seen a lot of success with. Why the timing to do it now?
Well, you need to kickstart your group offensively. So if this team's going to get on a run, your top offensive guys, and I look at Monahan, Gaudreau, Lindholm, they're reunited, like you said. And then the other key guy to me in many ways is Matthew Tkachuk. Now, if those 4 guys can get going, Backlund's usually reliable, Mangiapane, and then, with the Bennett line being put back together, physical presence, give you some offensive zone time, good forecheck. So fascinating to me. Here we are after all the ups and downs, and we're back to where we were in the summertime.
No question about it. And still trying to find some goals, and they'll work on that for sure here in the next 40 minutes. And before we let you go, Joakim Nordstrom makes his return to the lineup. Obviously a huge presence on the penalty kill, which again we've seen already here tonight. And then obviously the 5-on-5 element that Derek Ryan talked to him this morning, and he said, really loves playing with them in terms of the energy, the way that they play, maybe similar styles. And already, in the opening 20 minutes, pretty effective for number 20 in his first game back after missing 9.
Skating really well. And here's a couple of things about Nordstrom as we check this out on video, is what he gives you. Here's where he was hurt on that big bomb in the game March 6th against Edmonton. So he's been out for 9. So he gives you great speed, and what he gives you too is an excellent penalty killer. And because of adding him back in a penalty killing role, Brendan, it takes some minutes away from other players, because he's one of your first options on the penalty kill, which could free a little extra time for Lindholm for a different area. Maybe gives Michael Backlund a few shifts off. And when you're trying to, build that puzzle, and you don't have to lean and add more minutes to some of your key people, that's really advantageous. So a couple of really nice check marks, and thought the Ryan line as a whole may have been as effective as any group in that opening 20 minutes.
Agree with you, and because my off-season training program isn't as efficient as the Calgary Flames, my arm is giving up. So yeah, we're gonna have to resurface.
Yeah, I'm loud enough.
If he could just test how far Lou carries.
Well, and I do carry really well.
Yeah.
It's been quite a night in an accident on the way to the rink, and now my mic doesn't work. So
come on.
Maybe I should just go back to bed.
Oh, this is one of those nights, apparently, on the broadcast side. Let's hope the Flames can figure out something a little bit more effective than what we have going on. Thanks, Lou.
You're welcome. I'll be back, I think, after the second.
We'll get you one that works. All right, let's take a look at the Calgary Flames Foundation Remax 50-50, up over $120,000 as the pot is open until 10 p.m. tonight. Go to calgaryflames.com/50-50 as we know, of course, supporting Southern Alberta charities and for a great cause. Well, we know that we talk a lot about some of the key players when it comes to this team and the matchups every single night. Who to watch. We focus on the players, but we also want to introduce you to a new segment that we're going to do here tonight for the remaining home games of the season, and that's focusing on some of the heroes that have allowed us to be here in the building and allowed the Calgary Flames and all NHL players to do what they do best on the ice, and that is our frontline heroes. So tonight, the first of many frontline hero of the game. Take a look at tonight's feature.
My name is Pamela Payne-Brown, and I'm a social worker at AHS. So social workers do a multitude of things. We assist with discharge planning, we fill out housing and applications for financial benefits, we assist with grief and loss issues, we help people get Alberta healthcare cards, and the list goes on and on. To me, it feels rewarding when you feel like you've made a difference in someone's life. That could be as simple as getting someone an Alberta healthcare card one day, or it could be helping someone through a death and dying process another day. This year's been difficult. A lot of the patients have been struggling with not being connected with their loved ones. So trying to keep that connection up with Zoom and FaceTiming them, and just trying to keep that connection going so they don't feel socially isolated while they're in the hospital. I'm the palliative care social worker, and so when someone is dying and they need their family with them, it's been a big part of my role to advocate to have visitors come for when someone is passing away. And so that always makes me feel like I've made a difference, because if we could get people in at bedside when someone is dying, and that's when they need their loved ones around them.
We call it the Ram 1500 Limited. But truth be told, there's nothing limited about it. Ram 1500, winner, J.D. Power Award for Best Driver Appeal.